All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. On this show, what do we do? We do a lot of amazing things, but one of the two most important things that we do is we share marketing and business principle strategies and lessons, and also have amazing guests on with the hopes that you take this information and you apply it in real time to get a real result long enough to kind of see if what you're doing is working, and if it is or isn't working, you can make those improvements. So on today's episode, I have an amazing guest. I'm so grateful and happy to have 50%. I say half half of them on the show, but I know Anthony's gonna give 100% effort. We're gonna be talking about how to make a serious bag in the cleaning industry and with a cleaning business. And because I've been checking out their content for a while. So let me introduce to you Anthony. I want to say his wife's name. Make sure I say it correctly.
One half of the harmony.
One
My wife.
one half, and it's pronounced Janilka.
Yep, you got it right. You got it right. She would be proud of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show, man.
Well, thank you for having me on. And behalf of myself and my wife, we want to just thank you again for just bringing us on the show. I apologize to your audience that they couldn't get all the gems that she was going to drop, but I'll try my best to fill in for both of us. So we'll make it happen.
100%. So what we'll do in the meantime is I'm gonna send a quick text out to the community, let them know that you're in the room.
Okay.
So while we're doing that, why don't you tell the people a little bit about you, a little bit about your wife, and then we can get right into it.
Yeah, so my name is Anthony Hartzog, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Been out in Dallas, Texas now for it's just turned 6 years. Married for the same amount of time, 6 years, to my beautiful wife Janoka. We just had a brand new baby girl, Alani. She is about to be 4 months old, and we paid off $114,000 of debt. And during that journey, we started a cleaning business. And we were able to grow that to a 7-figure cleaning business without cleaning any homes. And that's what a lot of people know.
Wait. You never cleaned a home?
Nah, we don't clean any homes.
Wait, not even one time?
Well, we used to clean our own house. We don't clean our own house anymore.
But you started a whole cleaning business and not near, never, Nathan, not at all, not one time, not by accident, ever clean a house?
We did 2 houses, actually.
Okay.
We did 4,000 plus jobs, but we did 2 houses. And the reason for that was I was like, yo, let's just try and see how it works. Because we were already running the business. My wife was like, hell no, we're not gonna go clean nobody's house. So we tried it. We did it twice, but out of 4,000 plus jobs, we don't clean any homes. And that was by choice. We went out there and tried it.
Hold on, man.
And it's funny because she was just doing her hair, and I don't know if we got any ladies watching. She got natural hair, so she was washing hair in the bathroom, and I'm putting her business out there. She had a bunch of hair on the floor and our guest bathroom. I'm like, you're not gonna clean this up? She said, no, the team is coming to clean tomorrow, so I ain't gotta worry about it. So
wait, hold up, because I'm scratching my head on this one, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. And I've been paying attention to y'all. I've been on the page. I've been consuming the content. My man just said 4,000 homes, and you clean 2. I know the percentage of that is way less than 1%, which is crazy. So I gotta know, man. What did you guys see in the marketplace that you was like, you know what? There's a void in here. There's a solution that we can solve. And then what was the mindset around solving it without you guys not actually doing the work?
Now that's a fantastic question. So we moved down to Dallas, Texas, and we were just busy. We was always moving around, and we were booking a cleaning service. And I Googled cleaning services because we were brand new. We didn't have any references. We didn't have any referrals. And really went on Google cleaning services, and I found one with decent reviews. And I went to the website, and it said, call or text us for a booking. I'm like, all right, cool. So I called, no answer. I assumed that it was the business owner because he was like, I'm busy right now. I'll get back to you. I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to find somebody to come clean my house tomorrow. And he was like, yo, I could get back to you by sometime later in the week. I'm like, I need somebody tomorrow. So I'm like, why is he texting me back, not responding to calls? And I was like, yo, how much would it be? He was like, I really got to see the house first. And I'm recognizing that there's a void right there. So I had to text him to get a booking. He was unavailable to respond to me. I couldn't get a price quote over the phone. And he had to come see my house before he even come out here to give me a quote. So I'm like, yo, this has got to be a better way. So I came across a story and I was like, yo, if I could take this marketing platform and use this for the cleaning business, the cleaning industry, we could make some money in this game. And that's pretty much how it started.
First of all, on a high level, what I want to do is I want to give both you and your wife some flowers because I think what people miss out on and don't pay attention to is problems that can be solved.
Yeah,
And I think every single day we run across problems that can be solved, and there's probably, like you said, a better way to experience something. And whether it's us that's going to solve it, at least we're aware of it. And not only were you guys aware of it, but you took the action to actually make a better situation. So the 4,000 plus clients that you've served, you actually helped them out tremendously because they didn't get to experience either at all or no longer what was most likely the norm in the industry, right? So you guys were able to like level up their customer service experience and then provide a superior level of customer service plus the cleaner, which I feel is really like secondary to the customer service. Like the clean was almost like the bonus. So I want to give y'all some flowers on that. So the mindset of like not actually doing the work, like how did that come into the fold? Like was that like instantaneous? Because it sounds like your wife didn't want to touch none of it to begin with. So what was that like? Did you guys come like I feel like there's a better way you can do it, and that better way doesn't necessarily involve us? Like how did that kind of come into fruition?
yeah. So this is the first business that we created, and from the very beginning, there was no intention for us to clean any homes. Our goal was to find people like that cleaning service that I had to call and text. Find people like that who don't have any marketing experience, don't have any online presence, don't have any of that. That pretty much the generation we're in, we're all online, we're all marketing, we're all experts in this space. Find people like that who need more jobs and more work, and get them more jobs. So from the very beginning, we were like, we're not cleaning any homes, and that was a mindset we had. Because even I worked a 9 to 5. I don't work a 9 to 5 anymore. But at my 9 to 5, my CEO, I used to do tech support, and my CEO he knew nothing about tech support. He knew about the business. And that's the same mindset we brought into the industry. We know nothing about the cleaning industry, but we know the business aspect. So we were bringing people who knew nothing about the business, but they know great things about how to clean, what to clean, and the actual ins and outs of that industry. So we just partnered them together essentially.
Yeah, that's super smart, bro. I mean, like you said, the people that are cleaning on a high level, they don't really understand the business side, and then you notice that there's this void in the industry, and you literally just end up being that bridge. So let's talk about how this business developed, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Walk me through, how you kind of set up the business and what people can learn, obviously, from you guys. How they can set up their cleaning business potentially a little bit smarter or more effective.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys all the game that we share. So you guys know Yelp, you guys know Google, you guys know that this is the way people find their local service businesses. So when you're looking for lawn care, you're looking for painting, looking for roofers, any local service business, you're going Yelp and Google. You're not most of the time you're not going on Facebook, most of the time you're not going on Instagram. These are long-term businesses that last recessions because they've been around for centuries. People have been doing lawn care, people have been doing roofing, people have been building houses for centuries, right? So we're taking this industry and we're making sure that we are putting it in a place where everything can be found online. So you guys are familiar with Airbnb, you guys are familiar with Lyft, you guys are familiar with Amazon, you guys are familiar with like platforms like that. Lyft and Uber, they don't own any taxis. All they are is a platform that matches people who need taxi rides with people who have the cars. And that's the same way we run our cleaning business. All we are is a platform that matches people who need their homes cleaned with people who do the home cleaning. We match them together and we take a percentage of that, similar to Lyft and Uber. Airbnb is the largest hotel chain essentially, and they don't own any hotels. Only real estate they probably own is their offices, their office fronts, whatever it may be. So all they're doing is matching people who need hotel accommodations with people who have these hotel accommodations, pretty much homeowners, and they take a percentage of that. Amazon is the largest e-commerce platform, but they don't actually make any e-commerce. They pretty much match people who are looking for items with people who make the items or produce the items, and they take a percentage of that. So that's the same way we run our cleaning industry, our cleaning business. We take a percentage of people who need the jobs done, the people who do the jobs, and we match them together essentially.
So look, it looks like we got one of your students on. This is Whitney. She has a cleaning business in the LA area. She says, shout out to the Business University. Got the GOAT on right now. So she got a question. She says, where can I find contractors?
That is a great question, and that's the hardest part about the business. I think any business, the hardest part about business is finding good people to do the work. Even when I was at my 9 to 5, like I was a director, we were always hiring people, but it's hard to find people who are good. But it's essentially a numbers game. So I'm looking for independent contractors on Craigslist. Believe it or not, people are still on Craigslist advertising their services.
Listen, I know Craigslist for sure, Facebook Marketplace for sure. Rosie's is it Rosie's list? Rosie's list or something?
Angie's list is one.
Angie's, there you go. Angie's list, those are still sleepers. I think Facebook Marketplace may be like number one as far as like where the go-to is, but Craigslist and Angie's list still shake for sure.
Yo, listen, if I find a cleaning business owner on Craigslist, I know for a fact that they're probably not at the top of Google. They're probably not in the first page of Google because that's why they're on Craigslist. Yep. I could put more money in Craigslist and be at the top. All I gotta do is just keep replacing that ad every single day, $25 a day. I'll be at the top of Craigslist. So I show my students an example of going on Craigslist, typing in cleaning businesses in your area. If you go under, I think it's called labor services. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Craigslist labor services, and you type in cleaning businesses or cleanings, they will show you all the cleaning businesses that are advertising in your area. If you go on these pages, they don't have any pictures, they don't have any websites, and some of them don't even have the ability to kind of book them online. So those are people you want to reach out to. I'm going to call you and text you, hey, are you looking for more work? I'm a cleaning business owner in Dallas, Texas, and I'm trying to work with independent contractors. More often than not, they're on Craigslist because they can't find that work. So I'm reaching out to them. Most of our students are only as successful as their contractor that they're finding. You find one contract that could change your life. One of our contractors, she does 60% of our jobs. We do over 200 jobs a month. She does over 60% of our jobs because she realized I can make more money with you than working on my own. And she's hiring people around her. So
sounds like she's getting to the money right now.
Bro, she's cleaning our house next week, and I think I want to do an IG live with her. My wife said we can't because her English is not the best, but she gets the job done. So Craigslist is one. Facebook groups, as you mentioned. My wife we're looking for a nanny, right? And there is a nanny group, and there are cleaners advertising service in this nannies group because obviously moms are too busy to clean their homes. They want the help. So literally somebody posted the same time we're looking for a nanny, like, hey, I have a little cleaning business. I'm looking to get more clients. You know what we did? We DM'd her on Facebook, and we was like, yo, listen, we have a cleaning business. We saw that you're interested in more jobs. We could get you more work. We set up an interview with our operations manager, and they're speaking, and they're going through the interview process. People are sleeping on these like Craigslist, Facebook groups. If you go into, like, for an example, like let's say LA, right? You go to LA jobs, LA places that are hiring, LA careers. You start posting your job ads in those groups. People are going to start responding to you. When we first launched our cleaning business, I was in a part of 35 different Facebook groups for Dallas, Texas, Dallas jobs, DFW jobs hiring, and I was posting the same ad every single night, 5 days a week. And we were getting applicants after like hand over fist. Now we have it automated where we have Indeed ads going out and stuff like that. So hopefully they was able to take some gain from that.
So if you guys that are watching live right now, what questions do you have for Anthony? He's holding it down for his wife in real time as well.
Hopefully.
He's gonna give it a game. I know right now we definitely got at least 2 cleaners that I'm aware of that are on right now, and that both I know actually in the business, so they're both actually physically cleaning. So speaking directly to someone that has a cleaning business that's actually doing the work, and they want to transition. What are like 1 or 2 steps that they should take first to transition from actually doing the cleaning to the model that you and your wife have?
So I'll keep it real with you. We work with about 10 to 15 independent contractors, And most of them say they want to get out the business, but they don't have that business owner mindset. They don't have that CEO mindset. They know, they feel like, as most small business owners, even myself, we feel like nobody could do it as good as us. So we never hand over the reins. We never hand over the keys to the kingdom because we feel like nobody could do it as good as us. Like even me, I own a virtual assistant business and I'm like, I don't want to hand this over. I have an operations manager now running that completely. Even our cleaning business, I didn't want to hand over the day-to-day tasks. I felt like our operations manager wouldn't be able to do it as good as I do it. And the goal is not for them to do it as good as you. The goal is to bring in more ideas and potentially do it better than you. So that's the first thing. Change your mindset of that being the actual person doing the work to having a CEO business owner mindset. Because a lot of us small business owners are not, essentially we're not business owners. We're self-employed. I mean, we employ ourselves and we're doing the work. Having that business owner mindset. Now, once you have that mindset, your first goal is to hire somebody. Either if you're doing cleaning, I know nothing about cleaning itself, but I know that,
which is still crazy. Like I understand, bro, and me and you right here because I see what you're doing. But I'm like, my man don't like he don't know nothing about no cleaning products. What bro, to get nothing.
Listen, people come on our Instagram lives and our YouTube lives, and they're like, "Yo, what cleaning supplies do you use?" I'm like, I don't know. Like we hire people who are already trained. They either already have a business, they already have clients, they're already established, and they're just trying to get more work. So you go after those people first, you get them into your pretty much your funnel, and then now you can outsource your jobs to them. So if you're currently cleaning, that should be the first thing you do. Trying to partner with mom and pop shops just like yourself who are trying to get out the business, you start giving them more work. And then they do the same thing as what you're doing. So you essentially start creating an ecosystem where you can start handing that work over to someone else.
So if you're somebody that's like you just mentioned, like self-employed in your cleaning business, let's say one of the toughest part of your business, and I see we got another question, so I'm gonna ask that next. Let's say the toughest part of your business is actually getting the jobs, right? So how do you, because if you start hiring more contractors, they're gonna need work. Right? So if you don't want to do the cleanings, that's cool, but you need to give them work. Right. Yeah. So what would be like, one or two ways that they could strategically start stacking up that calendar so when they do hire that contractor is actually working?
Yeah, no, I got you. And pardon me for checking my phone. I got the nanny cam on, and my wife just stepped out. So
it's all good. Listen, it's an imperfect action show, bro. So we taking imperfect action, but we getting it done.
All right, so if you are a cleaner and you're worried about getting jobs, we tell our students of Cleaning Business University that's the easiest part of the business, right? And I'm gonna tell you how, because most people aren't on Google, they aren't on Yelp advertising their business. So the first thing I'm gonna have you do, especially if you don't have enough jobs right now, I need you to have a website, and not just a website that has social proof. Social proof is extremely important. Me being on a show like this that gets thousands of viewers with a host like this with thousands of Instagram followers and a huge social media presence, that gives social proof to us and what we're doing. Now people can recognize us as experts in this industry. So in the cleaning industry, how are you granted an expert? By your social proof. How do you get social proof? Reviews. The first thing you're looking at online is when you're looking for a service, you're trying to find the service with the most reviews. Let's say you're brand new, you have no reviews. You have friends and family who could be like, just show you some love. Like, y'all got a new website, check it out. Go drop me a review on what your thoughts are on my website, right? That's the first thing we did. They may not be able to grant you a review on your services, but they can say, I was able to book this website. I was able to book this cleaning provider online on their website very straight. We get people who don't even book us that leave us reviews because our customer service is excellent. I didn't book them for a service, but they answered the phones immediately and they took care of part of my problem. They recommended me to somebody else. Like that's the first thing you do, getting that social proof. So now that you have a website with the ability to book you online, now you have some social proof. So now you can start driving traffic to that website. So now I'm going on Google Local Services. If you don't know what Google Local Services is, it's pretty much it allows you to rank at the top of Google by pretty much paying to play essentially. And they got Google Ads. The difference between Google Local Services and Google Ads is that Google Ads is pay per click. So if you Google Dallas, Texas cleaning service, and let's say we pop up at the top, anytime somebody clicks that, I get charged like, whatever it is, $1, 15 cents, whatever it may be. Google Local Services, you get charged every time somebody reaches out to you, every time somebody's contacting you. So I'm now driving traffic to my website by being advertised on Google Local Services and Google Ads. So every time somebody looks for me or look for cleaning services in my area, they now come to my website and they can make a decision. And then also I'm advertising my services on Yelp. A lot of people don't believe in Yelp. I think Yelp is like the mafia. They're not going to tell you that you got to pay them, but in order to play on their platform, you got to pay them some money. And they're
Definitely.
not going to be what you say?
I said no, definitely.
So you got to play, you got to pay to play on Yelp, definitely. So I'm going to put my business, same thing I did with Google. I'm going to put my business on Yelp. I'm going to have a nice photo of either myself or one of my jobs before and afters. And even though we never cleaned, our first picture was of me washing dishes in my kitchen. I had a sink full of dishes and I was like, let me just clean these dishes. I took a before and after photo. That was our first picture on Yelp. Like we didn't have no experience. We didn't have no pictures, but that was the first picture that we had on Yelp. We had a bunch of clothes on the bed. I folded those clothes. I took them from that big ass pile on the bed and folded them. That was my second picture on Yelp.
That's
So
crazy.
if you're already in the industry, I'm sure you have these great before and after pictures. I'm posting those on Yelp, and now I'm gonna put a couple dollars in that. We started marketing with about $400 on Yelp. That was our first person. That was the first place we started marketing. And then we realized our return. People think about marketing as an expense. We think about marketing as an investment.
100%.
So as a business owner, you're like, I'm not gonna put this money into these platforms because it's expensive, blah blah blah. Nah, you put your money into Yelp, $400, and you get back 1,000. You like, all right, cool. This starts to make sense for me. So those are the first two things I'm doing to make sure that we're getting jobs from the very beginning.
So I want to jump into this question that we got coming down. So another one question is I'm struggling with keeping everything organized. So when it comes to systems, what are some of the best systems to implement?
Yeah, so some of the best systems depends on what we're talking about. So for hiring, I'll start with that. So we have all of our Indeed as a great hiring platform. So we have everything in Indeed. So once you apply to our job ad in Indeed, it sends us an email. We also use Zapier. I don't know if you guys know what Zapier is. Pretty much, it's an automatic software that kind of connects different platforms. So anytime we get a new applicant in Zapier, every time we get a new applicant in Indeed, Zapier connects our Gmail account. We use Gmail. Also, if you're a business owner, please have a professional email. Don't say mom and pop cleaning at gmail.com. Nah, buy your domain. If you're Dallas Cleaning Services or Imperfect Action Show Cleaning Services, have Brendan at imperfectactioncleaningservices.com. Don't say at Gmail.
Wait, hold up. Are you planting a seed for me to start a cleaning business, man? I don't gotta do nothing. Listen, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. As you guys know, this show is sponsored by the Imperfect Action Show Cleaning Services. So
there you go.
What you want to do is click the link below and book it. We got you. Man,
there you go.
That's amazing. Okay, so
you want to make sure you have that connected. So Zapier, we use Indeed. Hiring, we use Gusto. They manage all. Once somebody's hired, we add them to our Gusto system. It takes their 1099 paperwork. It takes their Social Security, keeps all of that intact. It gets their bank account so that we could do automatic direct deposits. We're not doing a Zelle. We're not saying, hey, how can we pay you this week? Nah, our independent contractors get paid every single Friday at 10 a.m. via direct deposit. So
Gusto is pretty fire. I used to use Gusto, one of my other businesses, and when I learned about it, I started using it. But yeah, Gusto actually makes it super simple.
Yo, we need to get them to sponsor your show too. So yeah, so Gusto makes it very simple to kind of keep people in place. So like we our accountants like, hey, end of year we gotta send them all over the 1099 forms and tax and stuff like that. We just export it from Gusto. What else we use? So Gmail, G Suite, very very simple indeed. Gusto. Yelp and Google keeps your leads intact. Our CRM, you can use Launch 27. That's what we use. A CRM is your customer relationship management software, so that's what we use to keep all of our clients in the database.
Can you talk about how important that is? I mean, not only just for your business, but just the business in general. Because I think two things that I've realized that a lot of entrepreneurs don't have is a system, right? That a system is definitely number one.
Yep.
And the other thing that I realized that they don't have is a CRM, right? So they don't have proper systems, like everything's manual, and then they're not using the customer relationship manager. So can you talk about how important that is? How that would actually change their game?
Yeah, it's very important. So even our first year, we weren't doing any client follow-ups. We were there was money just slipping. People would come to our page. We didn't have an email capture software. We had no customer retention. We had no follow-up. So that was something that I recommend for any business owner to implement very early on, is that you are at least capturing your customers' information. So Launch 27 is going for cleaning business owners. You could do ZenMaid, that's another good one. Booking Koala is another good software. If you literally just Google customer relation management for cleaning businesses, those are all highly recommended. We use Launch 27. And what we do is anytime somebody contacts us, whether it's via email, whether it's on our website via chat, whether it's text message, phone, whatever it is, we get some piece of information from them so that we can market to them strategically later on. July 4th is coming up, holidays are coming up. So now you can market to them on these holidays that are coming up. Whole summertime is here. People are traveling, they're doing things. So you want to be able to market to your customers over and over again. So that's very important, having those CRMs in place.
Bro, you're giving a fire right now, man.
Yeah, I gotta do what I can, man.
You're giving a fire right now. All right, so one of the questions I do have is what are some of the hardest parts about the business that you run, right? Because I'm thinking about the cleaners that are still self-employed in their business and maybe they want to transition. So if they're thinking like, hey man, I hear what Anthony's talking about, I follow him and his wife. It looks a little bit almost too good to be true that they can actually be moving and grooving and not actually cleaning, because I'm literally in the mud and I'm cleaning these units every single day. What's the other side of it, right? So you talked about how amazing you guys are doing growing your business. What are some of the things that you face, or some of the obstacles that they could look forward to when they're doing a transition like that?
Yeah. So the hardest, like I said, the hardest part about the business is finding good people. So we've had one of our first jobs. They found us on like Nextdoor. If you guys don't know what that's another play that you guys can use, posting your business on nextdoor.com. So they found us on Nextdoor. We posted our business, and the person was going to the job and they quit on site. They got to the job. They said they got into an argument with their husband because they were working as a husband and wife team. And they ended up, the husband and wife got into an argument and he left her on the side of the road. How messed up is that? That's not something you expect as a business owner. Like, why would your husband leave you on the side of the road? So she's like, I'm on the side of the road. My husband left. We got into an argument. I can't do the cleaning. So those are the things you got to expect in business. There's going to be challenges that you face, like contractors quitting on you, which happens all the time. A business like this, contractor retention is extremely low. We have a very good relationship with our contractors. People don't believe in treating people like people. A lot of them leave these big companies that they're making money from because of the way they're treated in their industry. Like, we get contractors who send us pictures of, we got one contractor, she's like, I'm sending my kid through medical school. I think she wants to be I forgot what type of doctor he wants to be. So I'm sending him through medical school while working with you guys. We have one who goes to Mexico like at least once a quarter off the money that she makes from us. And she's like, I got some tequila from you guys. My wife was pregnant at the time. She's like, I can't drink the tequila, but you can drop it off in our house. So treating people like people. But the hardest part about this industry is finding contractors. Another thing that's challenging, customers. Customer service is very challenging in a business like this. Believe it or not, you are working with, especially in a business like this, these are going to be clientele who may have a higher income bracket, right? They may be making a little bit more money than everyone else because they have disposable income to have a cleaning service. So they are what we call these type of people, Karens, you may say. We deal with a lot of Karens, right? And I don't deal with the customer service. My wife doesn't deal with it anymore. When we first started, she dealt with all this. I would get on the phone with a Karen. I'm like, listen, what you want? You want your money back? We can move on. We keep this going. Like, the Brooklyn accent starts to come out at that point. But our customer service was only my wife in the very beginning. So when you're starting this business, those are some of the hardest challenges, especially as a small business owner, doing everything in the business from day one, and then getting out that mindset where the first thing we outsourced was our customer service. We wanted to make sure we had people who weren't tied or emotionally to the business, because you feel like as a business owner, like, they complain about the job. Like, I did everything that I could in my business, and they still complaining. You outsource that. They don't have no ties to the business. Their only job is to solve the customer's problem. So those are some of the challenges you should expect to face as a business owner, not even just in the cleaning industry in general.
Yeah, no, those are some good ones, and I like how you talked about like the customer service, like really just being frank with with the customer, like, hey, we can handle it, or you have an option to be refunded or whatever. We can move on and stuff like that, which I think is important, like having those like direct conversations. So like, one of the topics today that really is the main topic is how to make $1 million from a cleaning business. So like, if we were just doing the numbers, because I want people to get an idea of these numbers. So if we were doing the numbers, obviously you guys see the breakdown back here, but in relation to, your business, somebody either transitioning, right, or starting from scratch, right? What does that look like as far as the numbers per month for them, per cleaning, stuff like that, for them to get to that goal?
Yeah, so on average, our average cleaning price is $200. So more often than not, you either gonna have higher or low, but the average cleaning price for us is $200. And we said if Dallas, Texas has about 1.3 million people in there in Dallas, Texas in the population. If you get 0.01% of that, I did this math like we was in a live the other day. I did the math and I was like 1.3 million, right? Times 0.01%. Hold on, let me see. 1.3 million. That came up to what was it? $26,000 a month. You only need 0.01% of the entire population to make about let's say $25,000 a month on average. That is a percent of a percent. Most people are like, yo, I can't get in the industry because it's too much competition. No, you need to be getting in the industry with tons of competition because that means that there is tons of money to be made. So most people are like, yo, I can't do whatever it is. There's too much competition. No, you need to be going towards the industries with the competition.
Yeah, I
So
like
on
that.
average, right now we do about 200 to 250 cleans a month at about $200 on average. When you're starting out your business, you may say, you know what? We tell our students don't start at the highest end of the totem pole because you're going to start deterring your clients. Find out the average amount of cleans. You call 10 cleaning business owners, 10 cleaning businesses, and you find out what their prices are. You take those 10 prices, you find the average. We say start about $20 lower than the average price so that you could just start getting remember that social proof we spoke about? So you start getting your name in the industry, you start getting those clients, you start getting those reviews left in your platform. So now the more reviews you get, the higher your price goes. So we just hit over 200 and something reviews on Google. I was like, all right, we got people talking about the recession, we got inflation, we just hit over 200 reviews on Google. It's time to raise our prices. We want our average price to be about $225 to keep up with the cost of inflation. So those are like some of the numbers. If you do, I mean, numbers right behind you. Do 83,000 a month. That's gonna get you to $1 million a year. We've done $1 million over the course of 4.5 years in the business, and our goal is we did $450,000 last year. On this year, we're on track to do about 550, 600,000 in the cleaning industry. And each year, a business like this is a recurring customer industry. So you're not starting from zero every single month. We start our business every single month at least $25,000 of recurring revenue every single month. So your goal in this industry is to keep adding on that. So that's just some of the math and the numbers behind that.
How important are for people? And I know you have this outlined in your program, and I want to make sure that we give people the opportunity. I dropped the link below. I think it's for the you had a free training, right? I think it was like a free 10-minute training. So I dropped that one below. But what I was gonna say is when it comes to I guess the average of what they need to be doing, right? Relative to subscription service, how realistic is it for you to have returning customers on that subscription? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of cleaners out here that are just doing one-offs, right? They don't have a subscription option, right? And you just mentioned you guys are already starting off like the new month, like 25,000 just based off the reoccurring. So how likely is it and how easy is it for customers to get onto a subscription service for those that are not really offering that right now?
Yeah, so subscription service is very important in any industry you're starting. Because let's think about it like this. So we get about 50%. 50% of our bookings are recurring customers, returning customers, and the other 50% are brand new, right? And how often do those customers come back? It depends on your entire structure of your business. So let's think about it from the very beginning. Someone Googles cleaning businesses in whatever area, LA, for example. All right, they find you. You got a great looking website. They could get a quote from you. They now call your business. You have great customer service. Now you have customer service. Your prices are okay. It's probably on the higher end because you got a website, you got social proof. Nowadays, like, you know what? I'm going to go with you. So that's just half of the job right there, getting them from that point to booking with you. Now it's on your cleaner, it's on it's on you and your customer service team. So let's say the cleaner does an okay job. We call every client after we're done with the job. because that's how we make sure that they're happy. Before they go and leave us a bad review on Yelp or Google, we call every single client. Not me personally or my wife. We got a team that does that. When you start, you're not getting that many jobs anyway. So we were calling people. We were calling 10, 15, 20 people a week. Like, hey, how was your cleaning? It doesn't take that much time. Most of them not going to reach back out to you anyway. Job was great. They're moving on with their lives. They just want a one-time cleaning. But those who are thinking about getting back on the schedule, they don't know it because most of us don't offer it. So we say, hey, how was your cleaning? Want to make sure everything was satisfied to your standards. They say, yes, everything was great. Thank you for calling me. Hey, would you like to get on the books again? We offer a 20% discount if you book within the next 4 weeks. Oh, I'll think about it. I didn't know you guys offer that. Most people don't even advertise their services again. So now we're letting them know that if they book us again before the end of the month, they get 20% off. So now we're following up with them to make sure they get on that schedule. We follow them at least twice before the end of the month to get them back on the schedule. And if they don't book within the end of that month, now we have an automatic email campaign that's going on.
What I was going to say. That was my next question. I know it's through the automations and stuff.
Yeah, so now we got an automatic email campaign going out that says, hey, we want to make sure you were satisfied with your service. Don't forget, you still have this 20% discount to come back on. And even if they don't book us, we got them for the rest of the year. We got a bunch of holidays. My operations manager said she wanted to do $60,000 this month. And I was like, how are you going to do that? She's like, we got holidays coming up. I'm going to send out campaigns. So that's how you get people on a reoccurring schedule. So you got every 2 weeks, which is what most people do. You got every week, which is very rare. People don't need their homes cleaned that often unless they're elderly or they're like extremely busy, like doctors, lawyers, like people who are never in their homes. They usually book every single week because they just come home, drop their stuff down, keep it moving. And then we used to have every 3 weeks, but we removed that. It was more of a headache. So you got once a week, every 2 weeks, and then we got monthly services. And that's the reoccurring models that we have.
That's crazy, man. So right now, I want to just give people the opportunity to work a little bit more intimately with you and your wife. So if they're interested in working with you guys with the course, finding out how to actually establish a blueprint in their business, whether they're going to start this from scratch or maybe they transition their current model to a model that you guys have, what's some of the best ways that they can actually tap in with you guys?
Yeah, so we always on Instagram Live. I was on Instagram Live last night at 9:30 Central, just dropping games. So if you want to just tap into us there. If they're looking for more dedicated support, we have Cleaning Business University, where we teach you how to start, scale, and remote cleaning business without cleaning any homes. We don't clean homes, so we're not going to teach you how to clean homes. That's not what we're doing out here. Some people actually take the course and they're like, you know what? There's a lot of money in this industry. I'm telling you, one of our cleaners, she makes, I think her check is like $2,500 a week. A week. It's very labor intensive, but some people kind of take that route, but we don't teach it because we don't do it. So cleaningbusinessuniversity.com. And then we also have a subscription community where we go live in there. We have interactions like this versus Instagram Live, where it's just like me talking to the camera. Nah, we're going back and forth. So we do have a cleaning business community, and we meet at least once a month. We answer questions in there. So those are just some ways you could definitely tap in with us on a more intimate level.
Well, first I want to say shout out to your wife, Janilka. I know she's not with us, but she's with us in spirit. I think you did an amazing job representing for the whole team today. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you for coming on Imperfect Action Show and just giving a lot of game. For anyone that wants to tap back in, definitely want to hold on. Let me make sure I drop y'all Instagram below. Make sure we get you guys y'all here. So if anyone's looking to follow them, drop the Instagram below. Also, in the captions, they got a 10-minute training, a free training. I'll put that link below as well. So if you want to go there and check that out, that is available to you. And, like Anthony says, they go live and they also have that monthly subscription, right? So if you're not ready to jump all up in the course right now, you maybe want to start at the subscription. But, man, you got me thinking maybe I should start a cleaning company. This is crazy. This is crazy right now. But, man, seriously, I'm super inspired by how you guys have jumped into this industry and already been shaking it up and then building your brand around it. I think it's super admirable. And thanks for spending some time with our community today. The people listen, you can run this back. There's so many gems in here. I'm pretty sure people are going to continue to get more and more information from your time on the show.
No, I appreciate you having us, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy I was able to share some game with your community, man. And hopefully someone takes some action from it. It don't got to be perfect. Just keep it going.
100%. And then I'm looking to be in Dallas probably in a couple of months. So
Okay.
it would be dope to to connect with you and your wife on the other platform, which is the in-person podcast, so we can bring a little bit more energy to the people, man. So send you blessings in abundance. Listen, guys, tomorrow we got another episode 82. We getting close to 100 episodes. It's getting real crazy, getting real spicy, and it's only because we took the imperfect action. So you need to do that in your business. You need to do that in your life, especially if you're in this industry, because Anthony just gave you so much sauce. All you need to do is run it back if you missed anything and literally do the things that he said. And if you're ready to go to the next level, definitely tap in to them on a level that's most convenient for you, for a subscription, course, or maybe just tapping into more of the free information, man. So, Anthony, thanks again. Look forward to connecting with you guys in the future. And again, tell your wife I said hello. I send my
Nah,
blessings.
nah, I appreciate you having us on, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you just being able to share this energy with your audience, man. Make sure they take some action behind it.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow for another one. And make sure you guys follow Anthony and his wife below. I dropped their Instagram right there. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
All right, peace.